Hi, I'm going to start again. Hi, I'm Jonathan Glassman. I'm a Motives Cosmetics Senior Consultant. I'm also the blogger at the blog Motivated Style, and you can follow me on Facebook at Motivated Style, on Instagram at Motivated Style, and also on Twitter at Motivated Style. The presentation today is basically geared towards posting on Facebook. I've noticed quite frequently with the folks on my team that and a lot of other people besides, that when they're posting on Facebook, especially using the posts from the Motives Mavens, that oftentimes they're not correctly linking to their own portals. Sometimes they don't link to the Motives Cosmetics site or to the product links directly at all. And this is bad for you because you do need to link to your portal, and you do need to try to capture the customers that are generated from that. So I can see that a few people are having problem even with dial-on, but several other people are on, so I'm not sure what to make of that. But I'm going to have to keep going. I am recording this, so we'll be able to share that with other folks that aren't able to hear the audio. All right, so basically, to start off, here is my Facebook fan page for the blog Motivated Style. Most people, you may be posting on your own Facebook wall, or you may be posting on a fan page that you've created for your business. It is recommended that you don't blanket your own personal wall with one advertisement or one promotion after another. And that's why a lot of people create a fan page for their business. Now, in order to find posts to post on your fan page, you can simply go to the Motives Cosmetics official Facebook page. And then when you scroll through the Facebook page, you can see there's lots of different posts. And what I like to do is to find a post that has from one of the Motives Mavens that has a beautiful makeup look. In this case, this is the first look that came up today. The official page, by the way, is facebook.com/motivescosmetics. Now, once you find a post that you want to use, maybe we'll use this one. Let's see what else there is. Or maybe this one. Now, I always like to look for a post that has clear instructions too. So like this one right here, it has a list of products, but it doesn't have any of the instructions about how to create that look. Now, that doesn't mean you can't post to it. You could use that one for a post. But personally, I like to look for one that says what you're actually, what to do, which products to use and where. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to just show you with this post. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to actually capture the image to use on the post. And an easy way to do that is when you're on the Facebook page, you click on the picture. Now the picture is going to show the bigger version of it. Whoops, don't go full screen. You can just take your mouse, and if you hold down the left mouse button, you can just drag that picture off, and you'll see that now I have that picture on the outside the browser here. We can call this a blue holiday look. Now, when you're posting on Facebook, you don't actually have to name the image anything. I like to just rename the images on my desktop because I'll use them in several places. I'll use the same picture on my blog. I'll also upload it to Instagram. And also I'll upload it to Microsoft, to my Microsoft Plus account. Now that I have the picture, then you want to actually get the verbiage that goes with it. And for the sake of this webinar, I'm showing you the complete process. So I'm not leaving anything out. Now, So I'll take the text that came from the Facebook post, and now here's what I have here out of the blue holiday look by the amazing world of J user. And then there's, in this case, there already were bit.ly URLs, and I'm going to teach you about bit.ly right now. Bit.ly is a website that you can go to and you can create an account of your own. I do recommend that you do create your own account. By creating an account here, you can make shortened URLs, which are great for Twitter or any of, well, you wouldn't use them on Instagram necessarily, but they're very good to use when you're on Facebook. They take less characters. And of course, you would use them on Twitter all the time because you have a very tight limit of how many characters you can use. Now, once you create an account, by the way, you can actually create bit.ly URLs without an account, but if you create an account of your own, then you'll have a history of what URLs you've created. So now what you'll want to do for your Facebook posts is that they already have the URLs. You're not going to want to use that URL because if you just copied and pasted this, or if you shared this post, or if you, then you're not going to get credit for the sales that are generated from it unless the people were already your customers. So, and to show you, why that is the case, I'm going to go ahead and open another web browser, and I'll clear my cookies. Now, I copied this bit.ly URL for the Motives iBase, and you'll see that if someone clicks on that, in this particular case, that link is going to the corporate site, to site presented by Market America. So if you were to have just shared this post and someone clicked the links, then you wouldn't get the set. It would be randomly assigned to someone in the field. Of course, if the sale came from your sharing of this, you do want to get credit. So that's why you're going to create your own bit.ly URL. Now, going back to just your own your own Motives site, what you do want to do is you want to go to your Motives site. You want to be sure that it says site presented by and that it has your name. It's actually preferable to also just log in. So go ahead and log in. So that way it's going to have welcome and your name and site presented by you. Now, once you go to a product page, it's very important that you get the link from the specific product pages from your site. Now, you don't want to go to the top, to the address bar. If you look on the top here, there's nothing in the address that shows in the browser's address bar that shows that this is your website. You'll see it just says motivescosmetics.com/product. Now, so don't use that link. What you want to do is go to the page that you're interested in this case, Motives iBase, scroll to the bottom of the page, and you'll see this link to this page and tell your friends. When you click that, it's going to give you a little pop-up here. You can press Control-C to copy the current page URL to your clipboard. So I'm going to do that. Now, I just pasted this here so you can see it. And you'll see now it says Chakra, which is my portal name. And then it continues with product. So as you can see in the address bar of the browser, it just starts at product. But here it has my portal info. Also, because I'm logged in, it has some extra information here too. If someone registers and becomes my customer because of this post, then I'll also be signed up to receive the extra credit for them. All right, so now that I have the product link for the Motives iBase, now I'm going to go back to my bit.ly page, and I can paste that URL into bit.ly, and it'll tell me here, bit.ly saved a few seconds ago. It created a link. I like to go edit these. In this case, I wouldn't edit it, I'm sorry. But in the case of a lipstick or an eyeshadow or something that has a color, then where it says Motives Cosmetics, I would actually type the color name. This is on my clipboard. So you can just click copy. That puts it on your clipboard. Now if I go back to this text that's going to be used in Facebook later, I can paste this new bit.ly URL. This one's my own. And then the other products used in this look, we're basically just going to go down the list, and I'm going to replace their links with my own. So the next one is Motives Press Eyeshadow in Cappuccino. Now, I told you that it keeps a history in bit.ly. So if I go back to bit.ly here and I type in the search for Cappuccino and click search, it's going to show me that I already have a link here for Cappuccino. So I don't need to make a new one. I'll just use the same one. I'll click the copy link. And then I can come back here. Now, I also don't like exactly how this is worded, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of spell it out for the people that are on the site. Okay, so that was my bit.ly URL for Cappuccino. The same thing with Vino and Onyx. I do have these already, I'm pretty sure. So I'll just go get the ones that I already have. Vino. Now, for the next one, for Onyx, I'm going to go ahead and actually create another bit.ly URL with that one just to show everyone the steps again. Let's go back here. Let's see if this was the Onyx link or if this was Vino. It's Vino, so here I'll just type Onyx. You can copy and paste these, by the way, by just going right here and selecting this whole string of text. And then just paste it, add the word in, add your quotes. Again, you want to scroll to the bottom of the page, and you want to use the link to this tool to get the hyperlink. Hold Control and press C. That'll put it onto your clipboard. Then you'll go back to bit.ly. You want to go where it says paste along URL here, and it creates a new link. I click the little pencil icon here to edit it, and then I like to type the color name there so that when I'm looking through the history, it's easy to find them again. And then I'll go ahead and save that, click the X. Now I can copy again, and that gives me the new URL here. Now, actually, let's just be more to the point. So Motives Press Eyeshadow in Vino, and Motives Press Eyeshadow in Onyx. And we can have the directions on the outer V along the lower lash line, and smudged with eyeliner. Now, then Lust Dust, center on the eyelid. I'm not familiar even with Lust Dust. Oh, wow. Okay, so then we also have Motives Pressed Eyeshadow in Lust Dust. So let's go, that'll be number 3. And again, we go to the bottom and we get our bit.ly URL. Whoops. bit.ly. We paste the new one. It's going to create the link. I'm going to go edit it again so that I can add the color. and I'll save that. And copy that one. Now, for the purpose of training, I'm not going to sit here and go through every single one of these links. We'll just pretend for now that this was the complete information that we need. If you look on my actual Facebook page, you'll see that I usually spend a little bit more time on the descriptions. So you'll see that usually my instructions are a bit more spelled out and clear. For the interest of time right now, I'm just going to go ahead and post this, and then I'll delete it when we're done. So you want to go then to your page, and then basically you click on photo or video. The photo that I already saved on the desktop, I can drag that in. Once the photo loads, then you can paste the text that you have. The Amazing World of Jay, we do want to get a link to their Facebook page. So you can start typing the amazing, whoops. And that way it'll link to them. Now, once you've done that, it's also good to use tagging. If you're not familiar with tags, tags are basically keywords that people will search for. So when it's for Motives Cosmetics, you might always tag it with Motives Cosmetics. Then this one is basically an eyeshadow look. So maybe you'll say eyeshadow. Then whatever else you want to do, you might call beauty, maybe makeup and cosmetics. It is preferable to keep your keywords limited to maybe 5 or 7. If you have too many, it's just kind of keyword spam. It's not a great thing to do. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put the other instructions back here for now. But I'm going to remove the bit.ly URLs just because I don't want to make this post and have it actually be an incomplete post, but I will edit it after this to add back in my specific bit.ly URLs. So here now, I basically have the post. The links in it are links to my website. There's also the tags, which will make this more visible to people that have said that they're interested in following posts about Motives Cosmetics or eyeshadow, makeup, cosmetics. And then I go ahead and post that by just clicking on post. Now you'll see, I mean, I'm sure you've all done Facebook posts before. The important thing here is that you're linking to the Motives Maven who created the look so that it's helping them generate more followers, but also the URLs are short URLs. They're not those super long URLs. As you can imagine, if you had this super, super long URL in your Facebook post, that's not going to look very good. It's going to be very hard to read. And so that's why we like the quick, short bit.ly URLs. That's all that's necessary in order to do posts on Facebook and to ensure that you get the credit for them. I'm going to go ahead and unmute the line right now so I can take some questions if other people have any questions. Hi there. Is there anyone here? Does anyone have questions?
Hi, Jonathan. No, that was actually very helpful.
Okay. Did it all make sense? Nothing?
Yeah, I think I would have to go through it all myself, and then I know better what questions I have.
Exactly.
I have a question. So these products would be linked to my Motive's website. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct. As long as you're actually going to your own Motive's website and you make sure that it has your name, it's even not necessary for you to log in. As long as it says site presented by, and then when you go to the bottom here on your page and you grab that link and it says your site name there, then that is definitely linking to you. The only way that it wouldn't end up to you if someone clicked the link and bought the products would be if they were already someone else's customer.
Oh,
as long as they're not someone else's customer, then that is your link, and you would get credit for their you would be their shop consultant, and you would get credit for their purchases.
Yeah, so that was my other part of the question. So once they purchased this, if they bought other Motive's products that I had not put on my website, would they still be credited to me?
Yes, absolutely. What happens when someone makes an order from you and they become your preferred customer? As long as they're using the same email address that they placed their order from when they bought from you, then anything they buy from there on out is always going to be credited to you.
Okay.
So the first time someone makes an order, they get added to your drop-down of customers, and their email address is tied to you. So absolutely.
Okay.
You would get credit for them for, going forward.
Okay, thank you.
I guess now that I'm thinking of it, I want to show you too that sometimes you might be linking to products that aren't from Motive's Cosmetics. Maybe you were linking to an isotonic product. And of course, all the other brands, through your Motive's Cosmetics website, we have access to makeup and skincare, but you don't have access there to health and nutrition and weight management and the other product categories that Market America offers. So it's important again here that when you're linking from the shop.com site, you also want to make sure that you're getting credit for those orders and those customers that are generated. So again, the best thing for you to do, make sure that you're on your site, that it has your shop consultant is and lists your name. For an extra level, you can make sure that you're signed in, so it says welcome and has your name. Again, the URL on the top of the page here for shop.com, it doesn't have anything that links to me. You want to go down to the bottom of the page again to the link to this page URL, and then you can copy that to your clipboard. And in this case, you can see the URL is here, shop.com, isotonics OPC. In that case, it's not saying chakra here like it did on the other website. Some of the pages will on shop.com, but not all of them do. But what's important is this question credit user and then C9530116. Now, because it has C, that means that it's my customer ID. So that's my preferred customer ID, and that's because I'm signed in on the website. It knows who I am. Now, that means when someone that doesn't know me or that just clicked on that link creates their preferred customer account, then I'm also going to get the email saying that I'll earn 0.5% back on all of their purchases, and that's because I was signed in, so it's tied to my customer account. If I was signed out, but I'm still on my I'm still on my site, so it still has presented by me, and then I go ahead and I get this link. Oops, I'm on the, let me actually go back to the other page, not the login page, because otherwise it's not going to actually make my point. All right, so when I'm back on the isotonics page, but I'm on my website, my portal, but I'm not signed in, you'll see now it has credit user, and instead of C in the number, it has R in the number. That number is my rep ID. So that's basically making sure they'll still be my preferred customer no matter what. But I wouldn't get the 0.5% cash back for all of their purchases going forward. Either one of those is fine. You just want to make sure that you do have the credit user string and that it's your customer ID or your rep ID when you're linking to anything on shop.com. Okay, any other questions?
So Jonathan, then how do you take that to Bitly? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, if I wanted to post something about isotonic products, then I can take that URL to Bitly too. Absolutely. The web address is called the URL. So yeah, I could also go take this to Bitly and I can paste that.
Okay.
When people click through, they're always going to end up in the right place. Now here, that looks really messy, but I can click here and edit this, and I can say isotonics OPC3, and you can also customize the URL. Like I'm sure someone already has OPC3. It's going to say that someone already has it. But you could do something. You could do something to make it yours, like Chakra OPC3. My websites are all Chakra sites. It's the name of my business, so they're all /Chakra. So here I do Chakra OPC. Now I have a nice Bitly URL that actually looks like it's tied to me as well. So if I was posting on OPC3, then that's what I could do. Here you can do isotonics. Oops, making the next one, OPC4, has even more great things. All right, so now it's a nice one. It has OPC3 tied to me. Copy that, and then I would go ahead and post that in whatever I was posting as well.
On your Facebook site, and then that
on my Facebook page. Yeah, it could be on my fan page or it could be on my personal page. If I was just saying, oh, I've been using this and I feel way better, then I could do that on my personal page. You just want to have something like 8 or 9 posts about you to 1 post about a product on your personal page. But on your business page, you can be more concentrated about what you're talking about.
Okay. And then if they clicked on that, that would automatically take them to my shop.com site.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So I can go back to this other web browser that I had, and I'll clear the cookies again, just to show you. Now, if I go to shop.com, you'll see this isn't my shop.com. I haven't been on here. I'm not cookied, so it has shop.com is the presenter of the website. But if I go back to the Bitly URL here, and I say OPC3, and I find my Bitly URL. Actually, let me go here, OPC3. So here was the one that I made. I copy that to my clipboard using that little link. Now you'll see I'm not on my website right now, but if I go to this shortened URL that I created, once the page loads, it does have me as the shop consultant, and I'm on the correct product page. So that demonstrates that the links do work. They keep all the necessary information to map it back to you. And again, that's why you don't want to share other people's posts, because if you share someone else's Facebook post that has the product links, and one of your friends, family, or followers clicks on the link, and if they weren't already your customer, then you've just given up a customer to someone else. So that's why you always want to create the posts on your own and not copy them. or I'm sorry, and not share them. Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay, it sounds like we don't have any other questions. So that's all that I had today for you. I'm going to try to do a couple of other trainings, but today's was just specifically for the purpose of showing how to do the Facebook posts and make sure that you have the correct linking, and also to touch on the keywords. Actually, I could quickly go back and show you, the purpose of the tagging again. So, for example, I tag this Motives Cosmetics. If I click on that tag in the post, you'll see that there's a lot of other posts that are also tagged with Motives Cosmetics. Then go back again to my post, maybe for the post or for the tag of eyeshadow. You'll see that this is not all Motive stuff. There's going to be posts for a lot of different brands as well. Motive seems to be really big on the social media, but we're not the only one here. So you'll see other people's products too. But the point is that makeup artists and makeup enthusiasts, they might just go on Facebook and say, I want to see all the posts on eyeshadow. And this is how you'll show up there, by using these tags. Same thing for makeup, cosmetics. You want to just pick keywords that are actually relevant to your post too. So you're not going to pick something that has nothing to do with it. Like I wouldn't put lipstick on the post that has only eyeshadow and glitter. I might use the keyword glitter. So that's a little bit more on tags as well.
Jonathan, how will we know about your future presentations on this topic of social media?
Well, you're part of Sherry's team, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I'll let Sherry know when I'm doing some of the other ones, and she'll pass it along to her team.
Okay, great.
Okay, anyone else? All right, well, thanks for all attending. Again, if you want to, please do follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Motivated Style.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan.
And thanks for attending again.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jonathan.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.